So what is health? So we have the World Health Organization's definition of what is health, which is, if I can just read it from here, it's defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of infirmity. Now, this is talked about quite a lot. I think in order to define health, I was involved in an argument with a prominent psychotherapist who discussed that the concept of health is very subjective because it's a very individual experience. And obviously I do appreciate that, and I talk quite a lot about nature and nurture and what leads us to experience health in different ways later in the book. But what is important to understand is that we do need a common definition for something, and we do tend to have a collective awareness of what health is, and I would define that as in its simplest term, is something working or is it not working? Is my liver functioning well or is it not functioning well? Can I see or can I not see? To be able to function properly is one of the key indicators as to whether something is healthy or not. And that's not just in the personal body, that's whether a car is a healthy car, it's working properly. So I think there is an underlying need to understand the technicalities, if you like, of what makes something healthy. Is it fit for purpose? Does it function? And I don't just mean, when I talk about the physical body, I mean, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, socially. Something is healthy if it functions with harmony, with balance, with equilibrium, and if it is pushed out for any reason, it's able to return to equilibrium fairly easily because it has everything it needs to do that. So this is where we come on to what is unhealthy, and it's when things go out of balance and they're not able to return to balance. But we'll talk more about that later. So my definition, or should I say the conscious health definition of health is, and conscious health practice is, the conscious awareness of the body's intelligent response to stress and our ability to influence and self-regulate our physical, mental and emotional health and well-being. So why does that differ? What does that add to as a component to the World Health Organization? It's not just about being healthy, because we could we could keep the system running well, but at a cost of another component. What do I mean by that? We might become obsessed with being physically fit and healthy, in which case we're then not necessarily spiritually, emotionally or mentally balanced, maybe. So it's about recognition of all of the components working together and of our ability to influence that. So it's a harmony, but it's an ability to recognize the cause and effect relationship of what we do, the impact we have on our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, environmental, nutritional, personal and social aspects. And all of those things are influenced by us. And we have the biggest influence on our relationship with those things. So for me, conscious health is about having that relationship. It is about not just recognizing that I would like to be free from dis-ease, but it's about the pursuit of health, or the avoidance of disease is about the balance and harmony of those things. And most importantly, the pivotal point of all of those things is me and what I do in all of those areas. So this is a kind of a spiritual awakening in health and well-being, because it's about recognizing that yes, my experience of health, and obviously when we talk about health we also have to talk about disease and chronic disease. My experience of health is subjective to me, and we need to understand why that is. What is it that I bring to the table? What has predisposed me to have my view? Two people with the same symptoms may respond differently, and one may have a different idea and belief structure around those symptoms, or even two people having a similar traumatic experience may develop very different symptoms. So it's about understanding what is the determining factor within every individual disease, and that is me. I determine those diseases. And it's not like you might hear other people say, well, you're causing that bad back, or you're causing this, in a kind of a provocative way of trying to help you connect your belief structures and your perceptions and the way that you are, and what you do and what you eat, and the way your lifestyle choices that are impacting your health. Those are all true, but it's actually much more than that. We don't think ourselves into ill health. We have thoughts and perceptions of the world that, if we don't find a way of handling them or of processing them, we create a way in which the body has to adapt and do that for us and help us with survival. So we have to talk about health, we have to talk about survival, and we have to talk about symptoms kind of almost separately, and then they build up into a big picture that make things make more sense. So what is health? Health for me is the integral network of these 8 areas, and at the pivotal point of that, at the hub, is my essence and my sense of self that enables me to influence these areas. And the dynamic health plan is the clearest way I have found to be able to help people to understand themselves as that kind of the hub, as the pivotal point in that network, and to be able to then give some steps forward in how to actually create that journey. Okay, that expansive journey of actually having conscious health and conscious awareness. So the key, the fundamental key, is impact, and as I sort of said, it's our ability to influence and self-regulate our physical, mental, and emotional health and well-being. You are the master, and I hope these 7 steps actually help you to see that you are the master. It's not going to help you become the master, okay? It's for you to see that you are the master, and if I can give you the right information, the right tools, and the right guidance, then you will be able to see for yourself the impact that you can have. And that doesn't mean to rule anything out. That is actually, the first step is actually to make an assessment about how everything you're doing so far has been working to get you here. So it's been working to a point, but that point is here. And if the trajectory that you're on is not quite the direction you want to be going in, then we don't throw away everything that got you here. We actually look at what we take forward with us. We look at what is most useful, and we learn how to let go of some of the things that are not so useful. So step 1 really is finding for yourself, or accepting for yourself, where you are and how you got to here, because this is your starting point, right here, right now. So part of that acceptance is understanding the sometimes turbulent nature of our existence. It is not that the nature of existence is turbulent. It is what we do amidst the turbulence that makes the difference to our health. So I hope that as we go through the 7 steps, you will be able to find that not only do you recognize some of your own turbulence and you recognize some of your imbalance, but that you begin to learn that you are the person that creates that balance, and that you have a million resources at your fingertips, and that includes doctors, and that might include medication. This is not an anti-doctor book. This is a self-empowerment and self-healing in the sense that your body already knows how to heal. It already knows what to do. It already is quite capable of healing should you give it the right environment, the right building blocks, the right energetic environment. It knows what to do if you can get out of the way. And not only does it know what to do, but it knows how to build strength and resilience. So we talk about all of these things and we try to find a way in which is best for you to move from dis-ease into strength and resilience. So that is what I think health is. And we have some exercises to follow that help you to figure out what you have brought to the table. What is it that has predisposed you to the symptoms or to the situation that you're in at the moment? What are your values and beliefs? Where do you feel that you have brought in certain factors that lead you to where you are now? No judgment, but this is where you are. So let's do an appraisal. Let us make us aware of the fact that we are here and ready to expand our consciousness on our health journey.